Welcome guys. Today we are going to see chapter number 2 of our syllabus Object Oriented Software Engineering. This chapter will help you to understand the very important concept or topic of Object Oriented Software Engineering. The topic name is UML. What that UML is all about, what is the basic concept behind it, what is the history it has, and what are the various advantages it gives, that we are going to see throughout the chapter. So let's start with the chapter. Our chapter name is Introduction to UML. UML. UML stands for Unified Modeling Language. As the name implies, it is a modeling language used to visualize, specify, construct, and document the artifacts of a software. In given statement, I have highlighted four words, that is visualize, specify, construct, and document. These are the base on which UML works. These are the reason why UML is used for. We should clearly understand that UML is not a system design or development methodology, but can be used to document object-oriented and analysis results obtained using some technology. In UML, it helps to build a model. A model is nothing but the graphical, textual, mathematical, or programming code based representation of proposed system. Models are very useful in documenting the design and analysis result. An important reason behind constructing a model is that it helps to manage complexity. Once models of a software constructed, it can be used for a variety of purposes during software development, like analysis, specification, code generation, or design, or visualizing and understanding the problem and working of a system testing. UML, as the term suggests, it is unified modeling language, but rather than language, it has the set of notations. The notations are nothing but the some graphical symbols like rectangles, lines, ellipses, and so on to create a visual model of the system. Like any other language, UML has its own syntax and semantic. As you are aware about the meaning of syntax and semantic, syntax is nothing but the symbol and the sentence formation rules governed by that language, whereas the semantic is nothing but the meaning of symbol and those sentences which are governed by that language. We use UML diagrams to portray the behavior and structure of a system. That is what UML is all about. UML, rather than language, it is a set of notation that has its own syntax and semantic, which is used to portray behavior and structure of the system. This is, we can say, the overview of UML. UML helps software engineers, businessmen, and system architects with modeling, designing, and analysis on proposed system. Now, directly going to the concept, we will see some facts regarding UML. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, there was a large number of object-oriented design techniques and notation. There were some different software development houses were using different notations to document their object-oriented design. And thus, this diverse notation gave rise to a lot of confusion in software development. To overcome from that problem, UML was developed to standardize the large number of object-oriented modeling notation that existed and were extensively in early 1990s. It uses the principles and has borrowed many concepts from modeling technique of Ramberg method, which is known as object modeling technology or OMT, then Buch method, which is referred to as Buch methodology, as well as Ivor Jacobson method, which is referred to as object oriented software engineering. These three different methods are used to form UML, and there are some concepts borrowed from these methods to build UML. The UML was adopted by Object Management Group, which is an association of industries which tries to facilitate early formation of standard as a de facto standard in 1997. There are two formations which are used to accept or adopt the technique. The first one is de facto, that means the based on facts, and another is by rule, that is means to adapt the process or adapt the technique that follows some rules. Above all, UML contains an extensive set of notations that we already have discussed and suggests constructions by providing many types of diagram. What diagram it provides we will see later on. UML has successfully been used to model both large and small problems of real world entity. Its adoption by Object Management Group or OMG and widespread acceptance, UML is now being used in large number of software development projects. So this slide will help you what is UML is and what are the facts behind UML development. Now we will see another topic from this chapter. It is UML concept. As UML or Unified Modeling Language describe the real-time system, it is very important to make a conceptual model and then proceed gradually. The conceptual model of UML has basic building block, which has its three elements, which are things, relationships, and diagram. We will see the first element. It is things. Things are the most important element of building block of UML. Things can be structural, behavioral, grouping, or unnotational. Now we'll see the first kind of thing. It is structural thing. Structural thing defines the static part of the model. The static part of the model is nothing but the unreplaceable part which cannot be moved from the system or from the model. Structural things represent the physical and conceptual element of the model. In structural thing, there are some types. The first is class. Class represents a set of objects having similar responsibilities. The term similar responsibility means a class driven for or prepared for a specific task. Symbolically, a notation used for the class is a rectangle having three parts. You can see on your screen a rectangle is given there with three compartments. In the first part, which is at the top, is nothing but the class name. In the middle part of the rectangle is nothing but the attribute or the list of attributes, and at the bottom of that rectangle, that part contains the operations of the class. These three compartments or these three parts in that rectangle are the essential part of that rectangle, and that rectangle symbol is referred to as class in UML. The another type of structural thing is interface. Interface defines a set of operations which specify the responsibility of a class. The graphical representation or the notation used for interface is a blank circle. Some references suggest the name of the interface in between that circle. The important kind of structure thing is actor. Actor comes under use case diagram. What that use case diagram we will see later on. It is an object. Actor is an object that interacts with the system from outside. For example, a user. A user might be end user who's going to use that system from the outside. And to represent that part of the system, we use actor. Graphically, actor is represented by this symbol. Dear students, remember these three symbols, specifically the symbol for class as well as the symbol for actor, because these two symbols we have to take further on throughout the syllabus. The second kind of thing is behavioral thing. Behavioral thing consists of the dynamic part of the proposed system. To represent behavioral thing, the first kind of behavioral thing is interaction. Interaction is defined as a behavior that consists of a group of message exchanged among elements to accomplish a specific task. To represent interaction graphically, it just requires a directed arrow and the name of the interaction over that arrow. The another thing in the behavioral thing category is state machine. State machine is useful when the state of an object in its life cycle is important. The state machine defines the sequence of states an object goes through in response to an event. Events are external factors responsible for state change. The graphical symbol for the state machine is this round angle rectangle with machine name or with state name inside that rectangle. This symbol having rectangle and a small rectangle over that big rectangle. The another thing is annotational things can be defined as a mechanism to capture remarks, descriptions and comments of UML model elements. This thing is very useful to prepare the note or to make note or maintain description or put remarks about something that is quoted or that is implemented in UML model. The graphical notation for note and notational thing is this dog hedge corner. Now we will see the another element of basic building block of UML is relationship. It is the most important building block of UML. Relationship shows how the elements in UML are associated with each other, and this association describes the functionality of an application. This relationship is useful when two or more elements of UML model are associated to each other or connects to each other and exchange the message or data between each other. Dependency relationship is the relationship between two things in which change in one element also affect the change in other. To represent dependency relationship, the graphical symbol is dashed line with the directed arrow in one direction, as you can see on the screen. This relationship also describes how many objects are taking part in the relationship. Another kind of relationship is generalization. It is defined as a relationship which connects a specialized element with a generalized element. This relationship basically describes the inheritance relationship in the world of objects. Now, you can consider the concept of inheritance where we have one or more parent classes and one or more child classes. In such a scenario, we will use or we have to use generalization relationship. The graphical representation for generalization relationship, it is the solid line with directed arrow in one direction. Another or the fourth kind of relationship is realization. It is defined as a relationship in which two elements are connected. With the realization, we describe the relationship such that one element describes some responsibility which is not implemented, and the other one which is implemented has the other responsibility. Such a kind of relationship is exists when we have to implement the concept of interfaces in our UML model. Dash line with the directed arrow in one direction.